Hey, California. Just take a minute and breathe. I've noticed that as you get older, a feeling that often accompanies the process of aging is feeling listless and like your life is only going a certain direction. It seems as though friends are becoming strangers and you feel left behind. You see things you don't understand. You're feeling left out from all the fun. Work is killing you and you just feel trapped. Maybe it's from a bad phone call, or you feel tired. Maybe you're just feeling crazy. That guy looks a little crazy. You see your room's a mess and you don't want to deal with it, and so you just crack a beer open and look at the houses that you know you'll never afford. Oh man. Ah, jeez. This one looks cool though. Stress is a hard emotion to navigate, but know that you're not the only one. I'm Bear Vanna, and this is Learning How to Breathe. I went to visit my friend Amelia. She's been a friend and coworker for the last 2 years at the brewery I work at, but she also works as an elementary school counselor. Currently, she's looking to rent a home in Northern California, but she's been finding it difficult due to rent prices and high demand in the area.
I have an interview tonight for a place in Arcata. So I'm hoping that I'll get it. Oh, okay, bye. A lot of places don't allow dogs over there too. This is technically a pet-free apartment complex. Oh. And I just got really lucky. Because legally I don't have to tell apartments or rental properties that I have an emotional support animal until like afterwards. I just have to present them with the paperwork, but I feel like a douche canoe doing that. Like I'm a transparent person and I want to be transparent. But it for sure is hurting my chances, being honest. I don't know if I told you, but I had a job interview that I really, really wanted this job up in Trinidad, and I was super stoked about it. I had to do a suicide risk assessment that finished like 15 minutes before my interview. And so I was just like cranked on adrenaline. It's like, hi, how are you guys today? I don't know if I would have wanted to be around the person, like, I don't know. For it being chill, like Trinidad, Humboldt vibes, I might have come across as like too intense because my adrenaline was so jacked from doing that. So, yeah, it's been 10 days, I haven't heard from them. I don't have as much experience, I think is kind of what doesn't look good for me. Like some places want like at least 3 years of experience, and I use my internship as to say that I have that I'm still qualified to apply for that, but I know it doesn't look as good as like 3 years of independent, like autonomous work, full-time.
I went to visit my friend Eli, who works as a geologic inspector for San Jose, and we caught up over a few beers since we hadn't seen each other in a while. And we did some other stuff too.
Basically, these guys would go and they'd, do it the way they know their whole lives and just keep doing it that way, and there'd be no one overlooking how it's done and saying whether or not that's actually acceptable. And now we're at the point where people are basically, coming in, certifications and things like that, and telling these dudes that have worked their entire life that what they're doing is not correct. And so people don't take that very well sometimes. Part of my job is to not necessarily care whether they're happy about it or not, because I'm there purely to make sure the building is made according to California code. Mm-hmm. And if it's not, then when an earthquake happens and something like that happens and things mess up and I haven't done my inspection correctly, my name is on that paper saying it was done right.
Because you become responsible.
Yeah, because I said it was okay. I wake up in the middle of the night thinking about inspections I've done the previous day, being like, oh, did I do that right?
I went to visit my cousin Liam up in San Francisco, which seemed so goddamn expensive. And I wanted to see if he dealt with any stress aside from fog.
Can't see a goddamn thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is as scenic as it's gonna get for you. I know. It's so fucking shit.
Went to go skate on Saturday morning and I broke it. And that sucked, and I was like, okay.
The day after?
The day after I set it up, yeah. And then I went to the skate shop and I got a board and I set it up and I met back up with my friends and I broke it again. I broke 2 boards on the same day. You know, at work I get the discounted boards. At the skate shop, I did get like a little discount, but it was still like just money I don't want to be spending, you know? So 2 boards in one day, that sucks. 1 board every 2 weeks is livable. Yeah.
What was the thing you said about the $14?
Oh, yeah, I mean, so to put it like in short, there was like a period 6 months ago where I was just kind of like coasting on financial aid money for school. And I fucked up my budgeting for the semester, like big time. And at the end of November, I had $14 in my account. Like, you know, I had rent for December, but after that it was like $14 in my account and no more money coming in till the beginning of the next semester, so like end of January. And so I got like, you know, I was like looking for jobs before that, but nothing was ever really biting, and I just got I got hit with an opportunity to stop going to school and get a job in skateboarding. And I took it because it was like, that was how I was gonna eat, you know? Feed Mitch. I wouldn't get like, I mean, I've had my fair share, but it's not like a recurring thing to get anxiety attacks. I would just get hit with like a period of time. And you know, this is even before like the whole financial stress of that instance. But I would just get hit with like days on end of like not wanting to get out of the house or bed, or I would just like completely just lose motivation to go to class or to go skate or like really do anything productive. I would just sit and scroll on my phone and feel like a pile of shit. Definitely get some FOMO to see all my friends doing stuff and not have like the same situation, you know?
But as far as like ways that I kind of get that energy out of my body of stress, is be outside as much as possible. Like go surfing, go running, go on walks with trees, which is why I'm kind of relocating too, is just access to those things that like help me breathe and slow down. And so I try to find ways to help me be present in the moment, which is like traveling and just being outside kind of checks me in that way.
I think nature is the biggest way to step back and breathe. I think that, again, living in the city, you know, you get so caught up with societal affairs, you get so caught up with human life that you don't really take a step back and look at the life around you, what's important. And I think that being able to actually understand what's important and being able to go and have a moment to just sit back and look at life and realize how small you are, how little the situation that is so important to you really is. And I think that puts you in a new mental perspective. And I think that that's not really as achievable in an environment where you're surrounded by noise and people and, you know, even noises that you can't detect. I think that once you really get out there and you don't have that noise, you really realize how many things were in the background that you weren't even realizing were there.
How do I breathe? I skate and breathe. Even if it's just like a little bit every day, you know, it's like I get like 10 minutes in the morning to walk out of the house, skate down my hill, and push to the BART train. You know, and even if that's all the time I get in the day for the day, it's like, it's something, you know? So like at least once a day, 5 days a week. I don't think I've stepped on a board today. I probably won't, but I'm gonna set this up for when the weather's a little bit better. So yeah, that's usually when I get my chance to breathe, you know? Just push and mindlessly like move around and get a little wind in your eyes and yeah.
Alright, fuck you.
everyone is different in how they approach the stress in their life or what exactly stresses them out. It's important that we approach these obstacles in order to grow. Sometimes things get resolved, and sometimes they don't because you choose to put it off and make a shitty rap video with one of your best friends.
Motherfucker wanna fight me. Skeleton shooting at eye beams.
I got shit? Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay.
Something as small as the way you look today might stress you out, or maybe you feel gross. Regardless, whatever it is that you're going through right now, just take a second and breathe.